A unique event, Côte d'Ivoire is set to host Africa's largest conference and exhibition on technology-supported learning, skills, and development. eLearning Africa is a platform of experts, professionals, and investors committed to the future of education in Africa. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Tres TEC, your high-tech rendezvous on CRTV News. In today's edition, we take you to discover what e-learning or virtual learning is all about. E-learning makes further education a reality for tens of thousands, as we shall see in this edition. Stay tuned, I will be back after the break. Virtual learning is an ideal solution to the barriers that face African students in accessing quality education. Taking classes online can address some of the bigger challenges of the continent. Universities and institutions in Cameroon, like the ICTU and the National Advanced School of Engineering in Yaoundé, has gone far as e-learning is concerned. Gladys Asu tells us more.
Education is constantly changing. The way students learn and how instructors teach. Technology is the driving force behind this change. In line with this, the ICT University, just like the National Advanced School of Engineering, has used virtual learning to train thousands of students.
In the ICT University, we are using several applications. We have the platforms, the learning management platforms, and the one we use particularly here is called the module learning platform. We use it to teach. We also use it for other issues like administration. We can also program courses as teachers so that our learners can access the material in real time and even when they have not been able to attend class. The model platform can help students or learners that are not on site to be able to take their classes.
Professors use programs and applications, including WhatsApp and Skype, to communicate with students, but classes are taught using special softwares.
The Skype calls are also very, very good. We also use them here. They help us, especially in the video. In the video, we can do Skype video calls and talk to, and conduct lectures and see to it that the instructor is seen on video in real time to the learners wherever they are conducting their classes from. So the beauty about such platforms is that they can be used wherever, the learners can use them wherever they are, and it helps in learning.
Most students have never been to the United States but hold either a bachelor or master's degree from an American university, and this is thanks to e-learning.
So it helps me attend my class wherever I am. I must not be on campus to attend. So now you see we are in a live classroom. This is attendance here. I'm somewhere. This is my name and the lecturer's name. So here you see the number of people who are present.
Open the video mode.
Okay, the video mode. Let's click on the video mode. Share your webcam.
Despite the advantages of e-learning, poor internet remains a great challenge. Nevertheless, some IT experts say online learning tools can connect African students to massive open online courses such as Coursera, an education platform that provides free virtual tuition from some of the world's top universities.
But what are some of the challenges facing African students in accessing e-learning platforms in Africa? Professor Victor Mbarika, an ICT expert, has the answer. Take a listen.
Oh, absolutely. You know, in much of, not just Africa, but in much of the developing world, there are serious issues of internet, okay? In fact, even in the United States, believe it or not, there are rural areas in the US that do not have good internet access, or in fact, no internet access. We have built our e-learning platform in a way that can run on very low bandwidth. And that is a very powerful part of what we do as ICT University, being able to provide e-learning facilities to areas, to reach out to areas with very slow internet. And now, the other thing is students can access it using their normal data on their phones, which they use for WhatsApp and other things. They don't have to buy any kind of extra type of connectivity to access our e-learning platform and actually experience full-scale learning. Another really important thing now is the lecturers can teach using smart boards. As they are writing on the smart board, it is broadcast throughout the world. Anywhere the student is, they can access that with just the regular internet connectivity provided by regular internet service providers in Africa or in the developing world, other developing parts of the world where we operate. And so, truthfully, in terms of since 2015 to present, we have not had real issues with students not having a way to connect. They use their regular or specially developed network.
In our Global Tech News, the 14th International Conference and Exhibition on ICT for Education, Training and Skills Development, dubbed eLearning Africa, kicks off on October 23rd in Côte d'Ivoire. Education and technology are changing Africa. There are key elements in the African Union's 2063 vision for a transformed continent, according to the United Nations. The conference is organized by the government of Côte d'Ivoire under the theme, The Keys to the Future, E-Learning and Employability. Côte d'Ivoire has a booming ICT sector to the vision and initiative of the country's Ministry of Digital Economy and Post. ICT-based initiatives now represent nearly 8% of the country's GDP, and the figure is expected to reach 15% by 2020. The country's enthusiasm for new tech-based solutions has led observers to refer to it as the startup nations in Africa. The government of Côte d'Ivoire has made the digitalization of customs, finance and education top priorities. The creation of the Virtual University of Ivory Coast, the distribution of digital health cards and vaccination records, as well as the creation of the Digital Youth Foundation to fight youth employment are examples of some new ICT initiatives. Still on the Global Tech News, thousands of investors, startups, businessmen and engineers have taken part in the e-learning exhibition in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. 32 international firms showcased their latest innovations and the offers during the 10-day exhibition. Let's get their reactions compiled by AFP.
My recommendation is for those investors to look out to these kids, young people who have all the creativity, and support them to grow.
The young people are hungry for knowledge. They're curious. They want to learn. They want to discover. They want to invent. They don't want to do the things in the old way. They want to embrace development and actually transformation.
I get to meet people from across the continent coming in and talking about different industries and what inspires them and what they want to do, futuristic kind of outlook to see and improve the problems that they have in their own country.
The most valuable thing about eLearning Africa is really the people. You've got people here inventing really the future of learning, the future of the people of Africa, and that's exciting to see the passion and to see the creativity and to see the innovation.
Looking at the past and getting guidance from that in order to determine what our future should be, not determined from outside by Africans and for Africans.
In our Discovery Caravan today, we get to meet Baye Gaspard, a young startup CEO and founder of a mobile application called Diagnose. He is online from Nairobi in Kenya. Hello, Gaspard, and thanks for talking to CRTV News. Startups came under the spotlight as Cameroon observed World Startup Day. So tell us, who is a startup?
First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me on this panel. A startup is a person, an individual who discovered a problem or who faced a problem and decided to use innovative techniques, be through a business model and a marketable situation to solve that problem and make business out of it.
So Gaspard, you are one of the successful startups in the country, and presently you are in Kenya, in Nairobi, to represent Cameroon at the next Einstein Forum. Can you talk to us about your experience?
I started working on many startups like in the year 2016. After I graduated from ICT University, I decided to establish my own company. I decided to get self-employed. So I created a startup called Katamba Tech. We were training people in IT, ICTs, and mobile web application development. So we trained more than 500 people who are now, some of them created their own ventures and they are succeeding. After that, I created this mobile app, Diagnose, which is my recent startup that I'm working on. The Diagnose won more than 5 awards in the international plan and the national plan. So recently it was given the Best Science Innovation during the African Science Week organized by Next Einstein Forum and African Institute of Mathematical Science. So I think the journey was tough. It was not just colorful, but it was very tough. But once with determination and self-confidence, we will reach there.
Well, Gaspard, we all know that startups in Cameroon, like any other startups in the world, faced a lot of challenges. What are some of them?
Okay, firstly, the world is still new in Africa. The startup world is still new in Africa. So the terrain is not adapted to for example, we use lean method of startup development, meaning you have limited resources to develop your startup. So the resources, first of all, are not there. We need finance, and then we need expertise in startup development. So we needed to go online on YouTube and spend hours and days to learn about the lean methodology, techniques like design thinking and making to make someone be ready to develop a startup with the limited resources. Also on the other side, we have taxes that the government is really working hard to reduce on startups. It's true that the first year the government they give an exemption for 1 year, but the next years you start paying taxes. And then there are also other problems like internet connectivities that are sometimes slow, which affect the workplace of the startups. So these are some of the challenges that I faced.
It's here that we drop the curtains on this edition of the program. Take the appointment, take the rendezvous next week as we bring to you more developments on ICTs. You can equally send in your contributions, your comments and proposals on our Facebook page and Twitter account #ThreSTAC. Until then, stay tuned to programs on CRTV News.